Did you just see that? It suddenly went, the light changed and then it dimmed. Okay, see if you notice it, because right now I can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
Mr. Mike. Try this. Go.
I don't want to deal with it on.
Keep us. All right, friends. Shabbat Shalom. I believe we will. Oh, I'm on the nose. 7 o'clock on the nose. What do you got? Danny, what do you got? Are we good? We're good. Shalom from everybody. We're gonna Shabbat into this thing. We're gonna, what do you call that? Do that. Let's go right into it.
הנה מה טוב
Yeah.
ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, לה 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 לה.
So Joe was 2 weeks ago tonight?
Yeah.
And then I was gone last week. So Shabbos! Yeah, I've been waiting 2 weeks to say that. All right, so 2 weeks ago, we had an artist in residence, and last week we had Shabbat Shirah with the cantor. I was in L.A. at Merle and Arnie's place, the synagogue. And how do I know that I was in California? We sort of pride ourselves on being what we're called West Coast Judaism, where the rabbi wears a sweater, you guys are comfortable, we have shorts, we're comfortable here. At this point in the service last week, there was a lot of breathing. Let's breathe, let's breathe, everybody. They would like breathe into the microphone really loudly, and I was like, whoa, this is very California. So or just
There's a time and place for everything.
I know there is. Okay. So let's breathe. Let's and the idea being that let the busy week go and the Shabbat breath come in, but I'm just not going to do it that LA like. Ooh, are we doing more music? What's that?
Music as we speak.
Oh, you were. Oh, that is another thing I noticed. There's a lot of the overplay, and the rabbi would walk around, and he would walk up close, and it was very, very. I was like, go back on the bima. Go back. You're too close to me. All right. Anyway, it's good to be home. It's good to be back in our place, doing it our way, as weird as we do it, I'm sure. Speaking of as weird as we do it, let's bring my daughters up. Will you help me light the candles? This is our first night where it's just me and the girls. So we're going to see how long this lasts. But they want to help. So come around this side, ladies. Remember the boys stage? Now we're into the girls stage. Remember, it used to be boys that would come. Now it's the girls. All right, so you're going to, Nomi, come around here so they can see you. Sarah, come a little bit. Oop, could be God. God could be calling. Okay. Nope, it's not. It's definitely not. Oh, sorry. Go for it. Oh, we're on page 3, by the way.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold us, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As the brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, committing us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. Although I just learned yesterday, I thought it was the most adorable story I ever heard, as you ladies head back to your seats, thank you so much, that one of the students that we're working with for bat mitzvah, when she was in preschool, the mom told me that she didn't know that we said amen. She thought the words were the end. So she said, the end. So now I can't hear amen without thinking, the end. Because it kind of fits. It's fine. Anyway. Let's continue our service with Shiru, page 13.
Good to know. שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני וברכו שמו, בסו מיום ליום ישועתו, ספרו בגויים כבודו, בכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא
page 24. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon. Oy, 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 mi melech, Malachi Amelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. בואכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. אוי אוי אוי, מי מלך מלאכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
We're going to back a little bit to page 20 as we continue to welcome Shabbat. This is called the Kabbalat Shabbat section, the welcoming Shabbat, the getting into mood, the breathing part of the service.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. 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 שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, כי באורך ומאורי, אורי שיר דברי. כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולו. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Brief moment because we're all mostly know everybody in here. So find someone around you, behind you, wish each other Shabbat Shalom. Take a moment. All right, we're going to continue with the Baruch Hu as our youngins open the doors for us. The other door, they slide, sweetie.
Lie, 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 lie.
Page 28.
Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Do you want to sing with me? ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
And remain standing for Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated as we continue with V'ahavta on the next page, page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
What was going on? We missed. Inquiring minds want to know. What was that?
That is the Ve'ahavta in, it's not really legit sign language,
Yeah.
but it is a form of the interpretation of the words. One second, let me just the interpretation of the words in some kind of sign. And I used to do that with children in a religious school.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We'll do another Friday night. We're going to get you up here. We're going to do that. But we've already done it, so we're not going to go forward. Page 40, speaking of miracles and how cool that was, you all, well, you know what I was going to say. It's Shirat Hayam, the crossing the Red Sea was read in all synagogues around the world last Shabbat, and so you had a beautiful musical Shabbat with the cantor, and the words Michamocha that are recorded here on page 40 come straight out of last week's Torah portion. The words that we said when we got to the other side, and we were like, whoa. It's a loose translation of Michamocha, which was whoa. To Joey, whoa. All right, anyway, moving right along, page 40, Michamocha. That's right.
Lie, 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 la, lie, la, 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 lie, 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 la, lie, la, 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 lie, la, lie, la, lie, 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 la, la, lie, lie, la, 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 lie, la, 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 lie. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקר יום לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. לי 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 לה לי לה 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 לי 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 לה 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 לי La 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 la.
The next page. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts, eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. The Hashkivenu's on page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Again. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים.
Let's turn Vishamru. She just asked me, when are we going to do the dinosaur song?
The what?
The dinosaur song. She wants to know when we're going to do that. That would be in the morning. That's not tonight. That's what we do it. But that's a good question. Oh, it's a good question. It's a very good question. I did not mean to embarrass her. Page 44, Vishamru. I'm going to go handle this over here. We'll sing Vishamru over here.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Oh, you are ready. You are ready. I'm not ready. Okay. Now I'm ready. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדותם ברית עולם.
Oi. I could imagine someone visiting and be like, what just happened? Oh, yeah, you're visiting. That's right. That's awkward. Page 46. Let's continue. I need some professional door openers. Anyone in the front row know how to do this? All right, let's do it. Get on it. Door's not going to open itself, man. Let's do it. Get up there. Page 46. Let's rise.
אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ואלוהי אבותינו ואימותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה כל אתה, רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יעללו חסלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
We take a moment before we sit down to reflect. Take a moment for your own personal prayer. Take a moment of private personal meditation. Whenever you're done, you may be seated.
We are on page 60. 60. Shalom Rav al Israel Amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Israel Amcha tasim leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Israel Amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Israel Amcha tasim leolam. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
It's been too long since we've had the Torah out, so we're going to take Torah out tonight. Page 244. We ask you all to please rise.
אין כמוך ואלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך. מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. אב הרחמים, היטיבה ברצונך את ציון. תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים. כי בך לבד בטחנו, מלך אל רם ונישא, אדון עולמים. כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, לעמו ישראל בקדושתו. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. אחד אלוהינו, גדול אדוננו, קדוש שמו. גדלו לאדוני איתי, ונרוממה שמו יחדיו. לך אדוני הגדולה והגבורה והתפארת והנצח וההון. כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ. לך אדוני הממלכה, והמתנשא לכל ראש.
And it won't move. Thanks, dude. Can I have the yad? Thanks. All right, please be seated. Yeah. Can you see the Torah from where you're sitting? Maybe you want to come sit right here. I want to show you something. You want to come over here and see something? Come over here. Come, sit. All right. You want to hold this? Okay, fine. Before I get to reading Torah and talking about Torah, let's get the blessing away of, I think it's 250. I have a book right here. It's, I think it's the same book. Page 250. Boop, boop. Oh, tikkun. Oh, I see. Okay, page 250. Do you want to, is that the right page? All right, cool. So let's do it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach. Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. So, a few weeks ago, I told us that we started into the book of Exodus. And it's a story of a holiday that we're going to celebrate in a couple months. Does anybody know what holiday that is? Woo! That's not the holiday, but I appreciate that. That's coming up this week. But no, it starts with a P, and not Purim. The next other P holiday, Pesach, Passover. So the story of Passover, right? So Moses and the burning bush and the plagues, that's what we're looking at right here. And then God said to Moses, go back to Egypt and tell the Israelites to what? What's the song we sing? Let my people go. That's right. Let my people go is the song. And then look what happens. We march out of the Torah. You know what would be more fun if you could step right here, and you're going to roll Torah, and I'm going to roll Torah, and watch the Torah as we roll. The other way. We're marching, and look what happens when the Israelites got to the Red Sea. I believe that the cantor mentioned this last week. Not only did the waters split, but the words go, and not shown. And will you, as my trusty yad holder, will you point to this right here in the Torah? Right here, that whole mark right there. Yep, good. So this whole section, it looks like see how these words are all together? You see how these words are all together? What's different about these words? They're not all together. That's right. That's right. Because this part right here is the crossing of the Red Sea. Can they read Hebrew? Can they see the where is it? Yeah, right where? Can you read that? It starts right there. Yeah? Mi chamocha ba'alim. Yeah, I think everyone can read it with us. You even have to look at it. What's the next side? Mi chamocha nedar bakodesh. Sound familiar? That's the one we sang earlier tonight. Right there in the middle of the crossing the Red Sea. Do you remember what I told you that prayer means right there?
I really did it in Jewish studies.
Oh, you did that in Jewish studies? Yes, I did. That's a plug for Part S Jewish education right there.
And I already watched the video.
You watched the video of it too. See, every good book, they make a movie. I'm telling you. So, so then, but do you remember what I said the translation of the Mi Chamocha was? You remember what I said? It starts with a W, it ends with the O. Remember what it was? Whoa. Because look what happened right here. They're splitting the Red Sea. And then we're going to turn, you can go back to your seat, please. And then we're going to march. We left, that was last week. I just wanted to show you this. Are you really interrupting me right now? Yes. What was your question? Oh my gosh. The fish are in the black part. We walked in between. The fish were in the water. The water was still there. It just got moved to the side. The water was, the fish were there. They were just on the side. It's a good question. I appreciate the thought. Okay, so last week, I just wanted to show you last week, we crossed the Red Sea, and then where do we go? What was the purpose of taking us out of Egypt? To go and get, where do we go? What? Sinai. It was a beeline to Sinai. It was exactly, in fact, you know how many days it is. You may not be as observant in the counting of those days. Does that ring any bells? What am I referring to after Passover? Omer, that's right. The counting of the Omer. is, as we just said, we left Egypt. And how many days do we count the Omer? How many days? Did I hear somebody say 49? Good job. 49 days, which divided by 7 is how many weeks? 7 weeks. And if you get to 7 weeks, what's the name of the holiday you get to? Shavuot. And what does Shavuot, in making it full circle, celebrate? The receiving of Torah. So that, see, it all comes together. You cross the Red Sea, you walk 49 days from the Red Sea. Let's walk it. We're walking to get to the Mount Sinai. Remember, we're being attacked right now by the Philistines. And then, boom, we get to Mount Sinai. Let's make this a little more that way. No, that, yeah, you were doing good. And then we get to, hold on the question, and then we get to the 10 Commandments, which is 49 days after Passover, which is the holiday Shavuot, approximately late May, early June, on the secular calendar. And having arrived at the 10 Commandments of the receiving at Mount Sinai, hey, magic hand holder thingy, come over here. I know what it is. Oh, okay. There it is right there. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. You're short. 4. Oh, that's my fault. Sorry about that. 5, 6, 7, 8. See how I get in the close at 8, 9, 10, right there. So, thank you so much. You did a great job. You can read the 10 Commandments? Wow. So, I want to say a few words about the 10 Commandments and taking a look at it. And there's something that Cantor has never seen, by the way, and it occurs to me, if Cantor's ever seen it, you guys have never seen it. What's that? You have a question, too. Is it about the fish? That's a great question. Let's ask the Cantor. Cantor, why is it called Mount Sinai? That's what the number was. It says in the Torah. Okay, so, good question. Elohim et kol lemor Anochi. First commandment. A couple of things I want to say about the 10 Commandments. Number 1, with some of my first of all, let me tell you the 10 Commandments. I'll do this. I'm trying to think if I do the serious first and then the silly, or silly then the serious. Let's do the serious first, and then we'll do the silly. Okay, so let me say a few things about. I wanted to show it to you, the 10 Commandments, and then I'll do the little silly part. So here we're standing at Mount Sinai. Here is starting the first commandment. Starts with Anochi. What was the revelation at Mount Sinai? What was given at Mount Sinai? Some would say it was the 10 Commandments, because that's literally what was given. Some would say it was more than the 10 Commandments. Some would say it's more than just the Torah. The Maximists would say it is all of Torah, meaning the physical giving of the book as well as the oral law. So there's what's called the written law and the oral law, and combined all of Jewish insight would be at this revelation moment right here, right now. So that's a lot of material packed in. I would like to point out one thing that's interesting. The first commandment, we should be all familiar with the first commandment. What's the first commandment? I am the Lord your God. What's the second commandment? There shall be no other gods. It says, if it does say that, does it say you shall have no other gods? You shall have no other gods. And what's the third commandment? Anybody remember? Don't use the Lord's name in vain. Now, it's interesting to point out is that the first 2 commandments are written or said in the first person, and yet commandments 3 through 10 are said in the third person. Notice that? Second person. You shall not. That's right. That's what I meant. I was testing you. You passed. Good job. That's what I meant. First person into the second person. I and then you. That's what I meant. So why let's play you be the rabbi. Why do you think it goes from the first person to the second person? I have an answer, but love to hear what you think. Because, according to the Midrash, right, we have no idea. There's no cliff notes here. So we're left to the Midrash, the insight, the teachings as to what an interesting observation. Never noticed that it starts in the first person and then transfers to the second person. And this wonderful Midrash says that why did God give us the first two and then Moses gave the rest? Because after God started, the Israelites got freaked out. They freaked out. It was so much. It was too intense. And they turned to Moses and says, you share to us, right? Because who was the second person referring? Moses was telling the people the rest of it. So that's why, that's the people got too afraid, and Moses had to say the rest. But one of my favorite is that the Ten Commandments, the first word of the Ten Commandments is Anochi. The first letter of the word, which is not pronounced but what's the first letter? Aleph. And what sound does an aleph make? Nothing. Thank you. Another part-S education right there. That's good. The aleph is silent. How interesting that we would argue that Revelation, which starts right here, of God speaking to the Jewish people, the first letter is a silent letter. The first letter is silent. The people heard the sound of silence as the first part of Revelation. In the silence, they experienced God's presence. They heard, or perhaps better said, they felt the experience of God at Mount Sinai. And so all, as we said, as I mentioned at the very beginning, that if Revelation begins here, and we, almost all rabbis would argue that Revelation is ongoing. It wasn't a moment captured thousands of years ago here, but began here, and that Revelation continues from the written tradition to the oral tradition, and that every Saturday or every Monday, Thursday, Saturday, when we share and we teach Torah, that's continuing Revelation. So every new insight, every new teaching, everything that's ever shared, everything I teach, what the Judaism would teach, is this moment continuing to be expressed. So the Aleph, representing the silence of what else could capture the everything that will be said, what was said is to be said, but the Aleph, the sound of silence, that was such a profound and incredible moment of this moment of revelation. So every time somebody opens up their mouth to share, to teach, to reveal, it's starting right here at this moment of the Torah, this moment of the Ten Commandments. So here's what, I'm sorry, we're doing quick Q&A tonight, apparently. Yes, another question from the audience. Okay, so we're going to have to take that offline, and I'll have to explain to you. They're midrashes, but they're not physically in here. They're like over here. They're in a different book. You learn about that too? Another part-S education plug. Good job. Very good. We'll get back to that. But that's a good, I get how she's looking at it. She says, where are the midrash in the book? And that's good, but it's not there. Okay. 10 Commandments. Do you know the 10 Commandments? Do you know the 10 Commandments? Do you know all of them? Can you recite them all? No. After tonight, you will. Do you guys remember this? I do this every year. Okay? Put up your first finger. There is one God. 2, second commandment. You shall not bow. You shall not bow before other gods. Third commandment. You shall not take the Lord's name in vain. Don't say Lord's name wrong. See how I covered my name? 3, covered. 4, fourth commandment. You shall rest on the 7th day. Shabbat, rest on Shabbat. 5th commandment. You should know that one. Honor your parents. Give them a high five. That's how you remember. 5th commandment. 6th commandment. Don't shoot. Don't kill. Pew, pew. See what I did there? Pew, pew. 7th commandment. Remember that promise you made. Adultery. That's 7. 8. Do close. Don't steal. Watch how this hand just stole a finger from that hand. That's still the 8th commandment. Don't do that. That's stealing. 9th commandment. You had it. What was it? Don't lie. I could tell you this is 10, but I'd be lying. This is only 9. And the 10th commandment, these are the... Don't what? That's right. That's right. Don't be jealous. That's called the gimmies. Gimme, 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 gimme. That's right. That's the 10th. That's how we remember the 10th commandment. So let's review from the top. First commandment, there's only one God. Second commandment, we don't bow before other gods. There are no other gods. Third commandment, we don't say the Lord's name in vain. Fourth commandment, we rest on the 7th day, Shabbat. 5th commandment, honor your parents. Give them a high five. Give me a high five, because I'm your parent. Give your high five. No, you're not my parent. Give your parent a high five. Good job. Now you can always give your parent a high five, and remember that's kavod. All right. So 5th commandment, 6th commandment, don't shoot. Pew pew. Gotta make sure you say that. Pew pew. See the 6? Pew pew. Hello. And then 7th commandment. Remember the promises we make. Remember the promise. Remember the promise. What am I on? 8th commandment. Don't steal. Whoop! That finger just stole from that hand, stole from that hand. 9th commandment. Don't lie. This I could tell you it's 10 fingers, but that would be lying. This is 9 fingers. And 10th commandment. Don't covet. Don't jealous. Gimme, 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 gimme. We don't do that. For the 9th, it's lying. Don't lie is the 9th commandment. So I'm pointing. It kind of looks like 10. I could say, hey, this is 10, and then go like this. And you'd be like, wait, what was that? Was that 9 or 10? That would be lying. So this is don't lie. You guys are a tough crowd up here in the front. Seriously. I need to make this the wet zone. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, and then the jelly. So now you know the 10. Now you all know the 10 commandments. See that? You see it? Now when I ask you to know the 10 commandments, you'll be like, yes, I do. Now you want to say the blessing after. Okay. Page
Ready?
250.
1, 2, 3. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu torat emet v'chaye olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
Very cool. You ever seen that before? That's cool. That's cool. Now you all know the 10 commandments. And I bet at Oneg tonight you're going to try to review it and you're going to forget one of them. It's okay. I'm here and I can help you.
Through my mind right now.
With the Torah out, thank you, sweetie. With the Torah out, and amongst here in the sanctuary and for those that are streaming online, we want to take a moment and pause for a Misha Berach, for a prayer of healing and wholeness, a prayer of refuah shlema. If there is a name of someone that you're thinking of that could use an extra prayer of healing and wholeness, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, brokenness, I invite you to share their name aloud with us. So on page 253, I believe, we'll find the words to our Misha Berach while we turn and collect the names, those that could use extra prayer of healing tonight.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Mark, will you help me lift Torah? All right. We're going to please rise as we dress our Torah and we put it back. Addie, do you want to help? Do you want to help? No? Okay.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. הללו, 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 הללו. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Et chaim hi למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה חדש חדש ימינו חדש ימינו כקדם.
Please be seated. So how are you guys handling traffic this week? Here, everyone's okay? We're safe? We're good? We're here? I know Steve's got the waste management covered for us, representing. Good job. Thank you, Steve. Right? You're working the waste management, right? You're working the waste management? Yeah, you're marshaling. Amazing. It's a lot of people. And you're still up and you're here. That's amazing. Oh, all right, cool. So we have only 2 visitors. Yep. Will you want to introduce yourself so we can say hello to you? Yeah. Say hello. Introduce yourself. That's okay. Paul and Marjorie from Minneapolis. That's called a winter visitor. You're sitting next to other winter visitors. Oh. Oh, good. There you go. That's the winter visitor role, except for you. You're not a winter visitor. No. Okay. So welcome. We're glad you're here. I can see now why the weather like today. I can see why people flock here. It's beautiful weather this weekend. what's happening? What else is happening? Is it 2 weeks? 2 weeks from tonight, Beatles Shabbat. We expect a big crowd, I imagine. The Beatles Shabbat, and next weekend, the next weekend is the play Bar Mitzvah, and then the Beatles Shabbat, and then we're into Purim in March, and then Passover, etc. The year is flying by. Something else you wanted to add? Did I forget something?
There's gala, and then
Oh, the gala. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that. The gala. The first time somebody asked me about have we been off site before? Usually we would have the gala here. We've been off site before, I think, but where else have we been? Why can't I think of where else we host? Let me think. Where? Where? Oh yeah, that's right. We burned the mortgage at the Chateau Lux. That's right. That's right. Oh, the hangar. That's right. We did it up at the Scusto hangar. Oh yeah. So Phoenix Museum of Art. It's different, but it's more elegant. It's nice. It'll be a lovely night out. We were looking for a special event, sort of post-COVID, to get out, put on some nice clothes, and go downtown. So that's those are the things that are coming up. And we're just going to wrap up our service and finish up with our concluding prayers, the chance to say Aleinu and say Kaddish for those that we're thinking of. So we're going to open the doors. We lost two. Okay. So, Addie, this is your moment to open the ark doors. Will you help me? I need your help. Will you open the ark doors for me? You're the best. Come on. Come on, Addie. You can do it. Oh, dang. She got it, girl. You a girl. Go per hour. Okay. Let's please rise. Okay, high five for me. We want to slide the door slide.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Thank you very much. You're hired. Great job, Addie. We're now going to turn to the Kaddish, the words of we say for those in mourning. Some may have lost a loved one in recent days, or those that there are those who are observing a yard site, the anniversary of the loss of a loved one, and to be in the sanctuary, this place, to say their name aloud is a blessing and a mitzvah. And we pause and we look out and let the mourners identify themselves by sharing a name aloud. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah be'alma divrach chotev lamichma chutei b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chay dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam almei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei kudusha brechu Le'ela minko berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mramav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Zichronam Uvracha, may their names and memories continue to be for a blessing as we say, Amen. And we turn immediately to the blessings of the wine as we recognize the holy moment that we are in when we can be together as a community to remember the loved one and then immediately sanctify the moment with the Kiddush, a blessing of life and living. Page 5 is the blessing of the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Bore peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitvotaav V'ratza banu V'shabbat kodsho Be'ahava uvratoin hinchilanu Zikaron למעשה וראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת לחיים.
And Daddy needs this more than you. Yep. Yep. I still got to figure out a way to put you girls to bed by myself. It's going to be hard. Oh, hey, let's make motzi. Who wants to make motzi? Do you want to put the phone down and make motzi? Hello. Thank you. Turn around. I want to see your beautiful dress. Come here. Turn around. Beautiful dress. Right here. There you go. You want to hold the challah? All right. Now you're in the way. Blocking my beautiful dress. Okay, there you go. You got it? 2 hands. Oh boy.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם המוציא לחם מן הארץ בתיאבון. שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת 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 שלום, שבת שלום, שבת שלום, שבת 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 שלום.
Hey. Oh, sorry. We'll go to the Oneg in the social. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Stay safe. Stay home this weekend. Don't go out. It's busy.